So last week I kind of talked about the compressing the time. Remember what you have, what you want, how to get it to you sooner and faster. You have your live list, your bucket list, you know, and you have all these things you want to do before you die. Why not do them all this year? And it's really crazy when you start thinking about things rapidly like that. Some stuff will blow your mind. So how do you do that? You guys remember how we compress time? I gave you 2 tips. Anyone? Find what? Shortcuts? Remember? Someone's already done it before you. So if you found a shortcut to get the same result, and you could do it sooner, you could do it faster, is that compressing time? Yes, it is, right? So what took a normal person a year to do, if you could do it in 30 days, is that compressing your time?
Yes.
Absolutely. So you want to find shortcuts, yes? And what was number 2? Avoid what?
Big mistakes.
Yes, avoid the major mistakes. Okay? Now, are you going to make little mistakes?
Yeah.
Yes, we all make little mistakes, right? But the major mistakes will really get you. Like the one that got me, having a bunch of beach houses and being underinsured when a big hurricane comes, when a Category 5 hurricane comes. That it was a major mistake. Yes? I'll give you a few more real quick. Marrying the wrong person is a major mistake. You get that, right? Staying married to the wrong person is probably a bigger mistake, right? And I say this very lovingly, if you having a kid too soon, too young, it will put you back socioeconomically. It's not a judgment thing. If you have a kid at young, I still love you, it's no big deal, and yes, you can still overcome it. Yes, your baby is still gonna grow up and be beautiful. But I'm just telling you, you're putting yourself at disadvantage, yes? So that's just true, it's just gonna be harder work. So, how do you do this? How do you find shortcuts and avoid major mistakes? Anyone know? You have to find a mentor. And for Dr. Vuong, you need lots of mentors. You need more than one mentor. Why a mentor? A mentor has already done it. They've been there. They've already made the mistakes. Okay? So what's a mentor? It's usually someone who is successful at something you want. This is very important. You understand this. Someone who is successful at something you want. So you've got people in this room who are at goal weight or near goal weight. You need to ask them, what did you do to get to that size? What do I need to do? Show me the shortcuts. There aren't any shortcuts, unfortunately. They'll just say, stick to the Dr. V diet. Do what you're supposed to do. Listen to the skinny Asian. Come to group. I mean, that's kind of it. Don't get off track. Now, let's say you want $1 million, right? Who would like $1 million? If you didn't raise your hand, I'll take your $1 million. That's okay. Give it to me. So that means you got to find a millionaire. But are there millionaires that are unhappy? Yes. Are there millionaires that are going through a divorce? Yes. Don't take relationship advice from those millionaires. Take the money advice, yes, but you don't want the other misery and the other headache, right? Does that make sense? So you got to be very, clear on what you want. If you don't know what you want, everything will look shiny for you. One more time. If you don't know what you want, everything will look shiny. Everything will look great. Everything will look new. You'll start chasing lots of different things. Does that make sense? So we celebrate and we learn from people's successes, but you also want to learn from other people's mistakes. Okay? Boy, I'm going to tell you a story of my friend Brian Smith, and it's something he talks about on stage, so I'm not embarrassing him. But Brian Smith is the founder of UGG Boots. Who likes UGG Boots? Who's heard of UGG Boots? Right? So UGG Boots is $1 billion company now. He sold it, I want to say, for about $250 million. Sounds pretty cool. Who would like $250 million? That's a lot of money, by the way, in case you haven't done that Asian math right there. It's a lot of money. But then he lost it all. He lost it all. I'll say it one more time. He lost $250 million. And y'all get mad when you like lose $10. Where'd I put my $10? He lost $250 million. So how valuable would it be to take him to lunch and be like, Brian, tell me, how'd you lose it, dude? How valuable would that be?
Yes.
Do you know what I'm saying? So you gotta learn from other people's mistakes, which takes me to something Kizzy said to me. Kizzy, when she was 7 years old. We're driving along, and I'm deep in thought. And out of the blue, we were not talking about anything, we were not saying anything. Out of the blue, she looks at me and she goes, Daddy. I said, what? She goes, the only mistake is not learning from your mistakes. I was like, oh my God, you're my baby. You came from my loins. So, learn from your mistakes. All right, now this is an important point. The only mistake is not learning from your mistakes. Okay, so if you listen, if you go find other people and ask them their mistakes, you got to learn. You got to then apply it to your life. You got it? Because here's the mistake average people make. They will go seeking other people, trying to figure out their mistakes so that they can then justify their own actions. Does that sound familiar?
Yes.
This is your typical water cooler talk at work. People sitting around at lunchtime yapping like this. They're not trying to improve. They're just trying to make themselves feel better about their own decisions. Their own, I'll start diet on Monday. Well, you know, I really wanted to do surgery, but you know, this happened and that happened. They're just trying to justify their own mistakes. They're gonna say the craziest shit to you. They're gonna say stuff like, you know, money doesn't make you happy. I said, well, broke doesn't either. Have you tried broke? Broke doesn't make you happy. People go, money won't buy you happiness. And I say, shit, broke doesn't buy anything else. You know? You know, the joke is money doesn't make you happy, but everybody wants to find out for themselves. Like, just give me the money. Let me try to figure it out whether it does or not myself. I'll report back to you. Give me all your money, I'll report back to you. Right? They'll say all sorts of crazy stuff like that. I'm too busy, I don't have time, I'm so stressed out. You get one person saying I'm so stressed out, the other person goes, you know, I'm kind of stressed out too. And that way, just a bunch of stressed out people walking around. And it's because you went looking for it to justify your own reasons. Does that make sense what I'm saying? So you don't want to make that mistake. Don't fall into that trap. And it's very like seductive. By that I mean it just feels good, doesn't it? Doesn't it feel good to pop a cold few beers and talk about how crappy life is and how, you know, at least we're not like working so hard like these other fools, and we're just we can live happily on just the little bit we got. Like, are you kidding me? No, I don't want that. Does that make sense? So the only mistake is not learning from your mistakes. And what I need you to do, this is a good point, is learn faster. I mean, the thing is, like, how many things can you learn how fast? And in 2018, you got no excuses. I want y'all to write this down, really important. This is going to change your life. This word, G-O-O-G-L-E. It's kind of funny watching y'all write down Google. I mean, everything that you need is in the palm of your hands in that cell phone. You can Google it. You can figure it out faster. Does that make sense? Right? Now, sometimes you have to discern what it is you're reading. But man, some people, the proof is in the pudding. That they've tried these diets, they don't work. They've tried doing it the wrong way. It doesn't work. Just stick to Dr. V's plan. Seems to work better, right? Barely getting by does not work. It's not good enough. You know, well, we've been married 30 years and he doesn't really care what I look like. Like, that doesn't work. Don't you want more passion in your relationship? Don't you want a partner to go through life with on the same level? Challenge yourself, celebrate your successes, show you off. Like, I need a girl to show off. I'm sorry, I do. And if you're not comfortable in front of the camera, you can't be with me. I'm sorry. It's just what I want, right? Does that make sense? And that's okay. That's my point, right? If you have a business together, why not push each other to see if you can do $1 million this year, or $10 million this year, or $100 million this year? People do it all the time. We just talked about Snapchat going from $1 billion and possibly being gone by the end of this year. Think about that. That makes 250 million seem like chump change, right? Wow, that would be quite a story to hear. So what you want to do is try to learn these things faster, as fast as possible. And right now, I mean, if you see me, I got my earbuds in. I do about 10 YouTube videos a day on all sorts of stuff, learning things, reading things. I mean, quantum physics, how to meditate, how to lay carpet, how to lay tile. I can do all that stuff, but you know, one of the things I do is, like, you guys know, like, every video y'all see me do, I do all that stuff myself. I learned how to edit all that stuff myself. All these websites y'all see me sending a link to, I did that all myself. And I know you're judging me by how I look on the outside, but trust me, I'm no good with computers. I'm not very good with computers. I can click and point and move and read a few instructions, and you just make it happen. And then the first time someone buys something off your website and the money shows up in your bank account, you go, holy shit! Like, I did that? And then it's like crack, you know? You kind of get like, I want a little bit more. Let's see what else I can do. But you never get to that point unless you go seeking, right? Which takes me to the last thing I want to tell you, is you got to, like, seek faster. This is really your journey. It's not a journey about weight loss. It's not a journey about weight loss. It is a journey about how fast can I get what I want? How fast can I learn? Who do I need to talk to? What book do I need to read? What video do I need to rewatch? What do I need to try? This is my 3rd Shopify store, right? Before doing this is my 3rd practice. I thought I had it down, but apparently I don't. Right? You just have to keep going and going and go and seek faster, make it faster. You have a good group this week?
Yes.
Good nugget? Sound good? Yep. Get out of here. Go faster.